Once again, I would like to welcome all the students from grade 3 for today's English class. Hopefully, the students are ready with their stationery materials, pencil, eraser, sharpener, books, notebooks, everything whatever you need for today's class. So, children, if you have remembered, last week we have completed one of the comprehension exercises in English. So, today, beside that, we will be touching the section of grammar, where we will be able to explore some of the understanding, some of the knowledge related to pronouns. No matter what we have done before, but anyway, if you want to rewind, then we have completed even singular and plural before in our grammar class. So, today we will be finding pronoun as one of the most important agendas for the session. So, children, before going to the introduction of pronoun, we will go for finding what are the activities that we will be completing in today's session as well. You don't have to write or you don't have to note down all the things, but later on, when you get the introduction, when you get the important points, that should be noted. So, children, today, in the beginning of today's session, we will be going for the introduction of pronouns. Then, we will find out the different types. It's not the complete type, but also we will try to cover some important types in today's session related to pronouns. Then we also will go for some of the exercises so far as possible, because in grammar basically we have to focus on practice. It's not that rewinding or remembering lots of definitions or other different descriptions, but exercises and practice, that is the most to enhance your grammatical knowledge. So, dear children, now let's move towards the introduction. Please find out that is important, that introduction of pronoun that has to be noted down in your notebook. Pronouns are simply the words, or it's one of the part of speech that is used in place of noun. In place of noun, remember, or sometimes to avoid, to omit the repetition of noun in the sentence, we use pronouns. So, you can check in the slide as well, babies. Pronouns are those words which are used in place of nouns. They are used to omit the repetition of nouns in the sentence or a paragraph. Not only in a sentence or simply in a paragraph also, if you have to remove or if you have to omit or if you have to reduce the repetition of noun, then you have to use pronoun there. Remember, children, some of the pronouns that we are using regularly in our daily language functions are he, she, it, they, his, her, some, few. These are the examples. It's not only the particular examples or particular words only as the pronouns that we are using. There are a lot of pronouns that we can use. Now, children, how can we use them in the sentence then? How can we use the pronoun in a sentence? Let me write on the board the first example of use of pronoun in a sentence. If I write Samjana and Sophia are teachers. If I write there, Samjana and Sophia are teachers. They are the first sentence, so we don't have any doubt in the indication of name. But in the similar way, if we have to go for some more descriptions related to them, then what could be written? If I write Samjana and Sophia teach English. So, can we get the impression in the language if we write Samjana and Sophia are teachers, Samjana and Sophia teach English? Do we have any impression while listening? Obviously not. So what we write there is, in the first sentence as it is, Samjana and Sophia can be written. But in the second sentence, to avoid the repetition of the same naming words, we can use to indicate both of them, the single word we can use, it's they. They teach English. Is it all right? So, this word, the word they is pronoun. This is what we call pronoun. Please remember it well. Now, we will go for the another type of pronoun. We are talking about types also. So, today we will be exploring some of the types of pronoun. The first one is personal pronoun. What personal pronoun means? By its name, it implies the word which can be used instead of person or a thing. That can be personal pronoun. You can check it in the slide, babies. Personal pronoun are those pronouns which are used in place of person, things, etc. So, what could be those personal pronouns then? Do you want to check it in example? The personal pronouns are as per your announcement in the beginning. Here we have, this is they. That is used in place of person, so that we can use that they as the personal pronoun. Similarly, the boy can be indicated by the pronoun he. So, he can be the personal pronoun. The girl can be defined as she in terms of pronoun. So, she is personal pronoun. If we have to take the example of the ball, ball is a thing. So, what can we write there? It. Now, some more examples in the sentence you can check. Here, in the sentence, if we take the example of personal pronoun, then what could be? Ram, this is the name of the boy, person. Ram doesn't read well. Don't take it personally. Some of the boys named Ram, they read well. It's just the example we are taking. So, what could be there? This is the naming word. Then, the personal pronoun should be used. The name of the person should be instead. That should be omitted by using the pronoun, which could be he as the applicable pronoun. He doesn't read well. So, this is what we can take the personal pronoun. Me and my family are going to Pokhara the next week. We are going to Pokhara next week. That is the replacement. The word is replaced. Me and my family, that is replaced by the single word, it's we. So remember children, that is what we can call personal pronoun. Now the next one we can go through It's demonstrative pronoun. Can you guess what demonstrative pronoun is? The word demonstration you have heard. It is to show or to point. Demonstrative pronoun means the pronoun which are used to point out the things or the nouns. Let's check it, the complete introduction of demonstrative pronoun. The pronouns which are used to point out the things are demonstrative pronouns. Furthermore, example you can take this, that, these, those. Remember children, you should not be confused with the use of this, that, these and those. This and these comes together because they are related. In some extent they are different to each other. Like in terms of the number, they are different. But to show the nearness of the object, we have to use this and these. This is for singular, these for plural. But it should be nearer. Similarly, we can go for that and those. By its nature or by their nature, we can take it similar to each other. That is for singular subject or singular noun, and those is for plural. But it shows the objects, they are far away. Like for example, you are very far from me right now. You are very far from right now. So what I can say, looking at you or identifying you as my students, I can simply say those are my students. But if you were nearer, closer to me, then I could easily say that these are my students, these are my beloved. So dear children, we can explain these all the words to point out the things. This is a cat, that is a cat, those are pencils, these are pens. So these are furthermore example how can we use them in the sentences, but anyway they are in the form of demonstrative pronouns. Now the next one, dear children, we have another type of pronoun, that is indefinite pronoun. Now you may be thinking what indefinite means. What could be the definition of indefinite in terms of pronouns? Indefinite means not definite. Have you remembered in science you have learned liquid doesn't have definite shape. Have you heard or not? Definite. It's not fixed. The pronouns which don't tell us any certain persons or things are indefinite pronoun. Like for example, if I say he here, then it's a boy, we can easily find out. But if I say any, A-N-Y, any, then what could be? Either a boy or a girl or adult, man, women, who. So that is not specific. So furthermore examples you can find out there: one, some, many, few, none, everyone, somebody, someone. That could be anyone. Who is that anyone? Boy or a girl, students or teacher, who? So they are not defined. They are not definite. So dear children, let's have a look at some of the examples. How can we use them in a sentence? So let's see. The sentence could be, for indefinite pronoun is, good morning, I could have said good morning to my students. Also I could have said, but I just felt that I have to write one and all. Who could be defined? Who could be indicated by the word one? Who could be indicated by the word all? No, we are not sure about it. So that this, the word one means either one can be me, one can be your teacher, one can be your mother, one can be your father, or anyone else. I could have said, or I might have said this, good morning to one and all, then it's not fixed. It's for anyone, those who can observe me, those who can watch me. So, one and all. They are unspecific so that we can categorize them in terms of indefinite pronouns. Are you clear up to now? Hope so. Now, the next one we can go to the interrogative pronouns. That means pronouns which are used, the words, the single word which are used to ask the questions to somebody, then we can take them as the interrogative pronouns. Let's have a look at some more introductions of interrogative pronoun. The pronouns which are used to ask questions are called interrogative pronoun. For example, who, what, which, whom, or some more. Remember children, the example which I have given to you, they are not only the limited example. There are a lot of examples that you can explore from your references, from your teaching learning materials. So, I have said the example of interrogative pronoun, that is who, what, which, whom. Now, how can we use them in the interrogative sentence? What can be used for the means, the ways, or the things? Similarly, who can be used to indicate or to get the answer of the person? Similarly, whom shows the same persons. And in the similar way, which also can be used, which can be used for the things as well. Now, let's try to find out what could be the interrogative pronoun in the questions creation. Let's see. So, here I will write, the dear students, you can copy these all the examples so that it will be easier for you to understand it well. The example we have here is related to interrogative pronoun. What is your name? This is the most common questions asked by each stranger when they firstly meet you. What is your name? Here we have. Now the answer could be, my name is ... This is interrogative pronoun. This asks the questions to know the name. Now the next one. Who can draw the picture of a tree? Who can draw the picture of a tree? It's not that anyone else can draw it, but we are just focusing on the use of interrogative pronoun. That is who. The person's name can be there. I can draw the picture of a tree. My friends can draw the picture of a tree. My father can draw the pictures of a tree, or my teacher, or my brother, my sister. So, anything as the answers you can get there. So, these are the different types of pronouns that we could explore in today's class. Now, let's see some of the more exercises by which we can be clear about these all the types. If you are ready, children, you also have to note down this exercise in your notebook as the remarks of today's class. Let's see here, children, in our chart some of the exercises I have prepared for you. The first one, I have written activity number 1. This is the first activity we are going to do in today's class. Here, what we have to do, the instructions are very clear to you. Fill in the gaps with appropriate pronouns. We will just try to guess. There would be some more options as well, but we will try to guess the certain and short pronouns in this exercise. Now let's see the first one. This is the first exercise of today's activity. Thank, and the blank is given there, so much. Generally, when we get something, we will say these magical words to them. So, what could be there in this blank? Thank I very much or thank I so much? Can it be possible? Thank her so much? That would be possible. It's in common. Thank is possible? No. But here we can simply go for the word. That is the common pronoun for identifying the person. It's thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, the next one is there. The blank space is given in second number in the beginning, and then is a good girl. Who could be the good girl? He? No. They? No. It? That's also not. The good girl can be she. So we write there she. Now the dear children, most of the time when we have to get the excuse, then which word can be here? If I have to go passing by some more other persons, or if I have to get the way, clear way, then what do we say? Or what can we say? It's excuse me. Now, the dear children, we have in number 4, who are Samjana and Sophia. We have discussed this same sentence in the beginning when we were talking about the introduction of pronouns. Who are Samjana and Sophia? The interrogative pronoun is already used here, but now we have to go for finding the another one more pronoun to complete the second sentence. It's who are Samjana and Sophia? They are teachers. Are they the teachers? Yes, they are teachers. Now the next one is there where we can find out the first interrogative pronoun. This is in question form, so we have to feel that the interrogative pronoun should be used there. And are you doing? The work which we are doing should be declared. So what can be the word? What can be the interrogative pronoun to use here? That is, what are you doing? What are you doing? Now, at last but not the least, we have the last fill in the blanks exercise. It's good morning to. Here we have to use not the specific pronoun. We have to use indefinite pronoun as per our example before. So, we can write here good morning to one and all. So, these are the ways by which we can find out the specific pronoun to be used to complete the sentences. Hope all the children enjoyed today's class. Hopefully, We will be meeting in the next class with next topic, and wishing you have a nice day. Thank you.